Well, hello and welcome to stylerx. Today is Friday, and Rebecca and I are so excited to be here with you because we have all the details on our fashion flash items. So, if you have scheduled your August show, you get the option to purchase one of these six beautiful items at 50% off during July. So this is really, really exciting. We do have a little bit different style RX for you today because due to the craziness of the shipping and all of the things that are going on all over the world, um, there is a lack of supply of carriers because nobody was prepared to amp up the way that COVID demands required them to be. So we just got notice that our first group of new arrivals will actually be available to order today, but they'll be back ordered until July 12th. And so don't worry if you booked an August show, you will still get your 50% off bonus item. That is why this is a little different because I don't even have mine yet. But Rebecca was so fortunate to be asked to do a few early shows. As you, if you're my clients, you'll know I did those in the winter. And so we got lucky, you guys. This is why it's great to have two of us doing this with you because she has all six pieces and we get to see them today. So I am sitting here with anticipation with the rest of you because it's been a while since I've seen him and I'm so excited. So we are going to kick it off with the book club cardigan. I'm going to be giving you a few of the fabrication details and the fit, and then Rebecca is going to really get into the feel and what she loves about them. So the book club cardigan is going to be $140. That is the US price. I do want to put this little disclosure there. With all of the inflation and everything going on, Cabby was really, really strategic to make sure our prices didn't go up. In fact, I believe they only raised everything by $1. So they are very conscious of the fact that everything is changing a little bit, but they didn't want it to change too much. We still have our incredible fabrications, an entire line coming. So it's $140. It is ivory. It's got a shaker knit, a nice slim fit, and Rebecca's modeling it. We'll turn it over to her in just a second as well. If you don't have this on gallery, definitely peek over at her. It hits at the mid thigh, and she is tall and it still fits her at the mid thigh, which I think is really, really cool. It's got a nice V neck line and then continues to button down all the way. Um, the oversized button front cardigan has an X stitch pattern in the front and then the back of the waist. So we've had some of these before. Now she is wearing a size large, correct, Rebecca?
Yes.
Yes. So she would typically wear a medium, which will tell you just how nice and slim fitting this cardigan actually is. But if you like an oversized cardigan, you're going to see you do not want to size down on this. Stay very true to size. And the size range on this is going to be extra small to double extra large. So that also tells you that this was fabricated to be very, very true to size. And it's a cotton acrylic and other fibers blend. So Rebecca, why don't you now take us into a few of the fun details that you love about it?
Okay. If you're a tall girl like me, you will love that this is a longer cardigan. However, if you are more petite, don't cross this off of your list because it's not going to overwhelm even a shorter frame or a smaller frame, however you want to think about it. It is a nice mid-weight sweater, so it is warm. In fact, I'm going to take it off because I am warming right up. But I absolutely love the detailing, the X detailing that Amy mentioned, and I'm going to hold this up so hopefully you can see it because it creates such a gorgeous silhouette. So hopefully you can see that this X's in like this, which creates the illusion of an hourglass, even if we're not an hourglass. So it's
Rebecca,
fantastic.
hold that a little closer to your camera because the X was, it didn't focus quite in on it yet. Okay, there we go. Can you see that, Susan, as well? So it is very similar to a cardigan shape that we had in the past, and it was a top seller.
Yes, and it is soft. So there's no itch factor to this. It's absolutely soft. And like I say, it is a mid-weight, so it's going to have, I mean, I can see that I'm going to wear this as a coat all through the fall before it gets real cold here in Kansas. So absolutely fantastic piece. And I think it's a great piece that you can wear it either lounging on the couch, reading a book. You can wear it in the office. It's going to be very multi-purpose that way as well.
That's awesome. Okay, we are going to kick it off to our second item, and it is the Cosmo blouse. It's a poly chiffon fabrication, so we know and love it. Very similar to what I'm wearing. Um, it's $90 US. It's an ivory flower sheer. So it is sheer. You will need a cami or something underneath it. It's a tunic length, button front with a collar band, which is so cool. And then the yoke detail on the body with the sleeve shearing is really, really neat about it. There's low armholes and full sleeves. And the reason we tell you the low armholes, anytime they drop the sleeve, that is an indication that it is going to require a cami. That is the design detail. So this one is sheer, but oftentimes we have that drop sleeve with like a tank or maybe a bigger sweater. So that is an indication that our design team wants you to wear a cami with the piece. Now, the size that Rebecca has is a size small. The sizing goes from extra small to extra, extra large as well, which is so, so cool. And it's got elastic cuffs. So go ahead, Rebecca, and give us some fun details and show it up close.
Yeah, this is just a gorgeous piece. The sheer blouse that you all have come to know and love. It's fantastic for our southern gals where it stays warmer through the fall and winter because it gives you the opportunity to wear a long sleeve top, but have it not get too hot for you. So I love these for that. And then it's an easy kind of a boxy cut because of the sheerness of the piece, it's going to be very slimming and the eye is going to kind of follow the lines of your cami. So I know we've talked about this before, but if you're wearing this with a light colored bottom, I would wear it with a light cami to just kind of create that long lean line. And likewise with a dark bottom. If you've got a dark bottom, wear a dark cami with it, but it is just a fantastic piece. Elasticized cuffs, so you can shoosh this up your arms and have it stay. And I just think they're a nice feminine piece when we've got a collar to it, full button front, and I can see this easily worn with a really great black trouser or a really fun destructed bottom, both of which we have coming.
Well, and I love the black ground detail. I think it just makes that floral pop, especially for winter. It's got that winter white, sort of beautiful creamy color to it. So it's absolutely gorgeous. It almost looks like we could pull out our vintage mustard yellow jacket from last fall and layer that with it as well.
You absolutely can. It's going to be fantastic with the we're going to show some of those fun things mixing and matching here in a couple episodes, so stay tuned for that. But your traveler bottoms and like the little, I can't remember what we called it, but they had the snaps at the cuff. Those, it's going to be beautiful with that.
Awesome. Okay, so we will move on to the heritage coat and then we will leave time for questions as well. The heritage coat is absolutely phenomenal. It is fully lined. It does have a price point of $250. I also want to point out that they do recommend dry clean only on this. It can be machine washed, but they are saying for best results, dry clean only. So this is a very traditional, beautiful coat. It's fully lined. The color is camel. It's a soft brushed fabric with zero wool. Now, Rebecca, stay turned around so they can see. Susan, look at that banding on the back. So it's going to create an incredible waistline. It's also under the collar. And it is, that is a faux leather detail. So it's really incredible. It's double breasted, fully lined with the check print. So I'm going to have her open that up so you can see this incredible lining. She also has the welt pockets. And there's one on, okay, stand a little closer. There, isn't that so pretty, that check print? When she takes it off, we'll have her hold it up a little bit closer again. But there are bound buttonholes, welt pockets, one inside welt breast pocket, which we don't see a lot in a women's jacket, but there is a pocket on the inside, which I think is really incredible. Especially when we're dressed up, we've got a lot, maybe we just want to slide our driver's license or something in there and make sure we don't lose it. So that's a really cool detail of this coat. So it's phenomenal. This could be worn as a winter coat, especially if you're in the South. Maybe a really cool scarf coming down through the top of that. So Rebecca, I'm going to turn it over to you now, and you can really show off the details.
Yes, it is a fantastic piece. This is one of those wardrobe workhorses that you can have in your closet for the next 20, 30 years. It's absolutely beautiful, the styling that they've done. Like Amy said, it has a fun lining, which we've kind of come to know and love. There is no stretch to this piece. It is intentionally just slightly oversized. Do not size up in it or size down in it, I mean, because it's designed to be a coat for you. So it's not, yeah, it's designed to be a coat, and you'll have it for forever.
And I did not mention the sizing. So it is an extra small to extra large. So no extended sizing on this. And the reason that we like it a little oversized when it's designed as a coat is so you can layer underneath it, but also have it fit you true to size. So ladies, it is supposed to fit just on the roomy side, but it is not oversized. We cannot stress that enough. So the
Yeah.
self lining is polyester, rayon, and spandex. So it has just that lining will have just a touch of stretch, which I think is so important. And then the outside is 100% polyester, which is going to make it feel amazing and look so soft and supple. Oh, look at those buttons. Okay, you'll have to speak, Rebecca, just so it turns to you.
Yes, it's got working buttonholes that you've come to know with us, so you can really have some fun with the cuffing your sleeves up if you want. But it is just chock full of designer details with the faux leather at the slash pocket, the faux leather waistband that Amy mentioned, faux leather under the collar, so you can totally pop that and rock some attitude, and it hits right about the knee. It's just an absolutely gorgeous piece. I cannot say enough about this.
That is so beautiful. And I didn't think I was going to want it because I got the vintage camel coat from years ago, but it is not even close to the same thing. So
both will be residing in my closet because I have the Casablanca trench from years ago.
that's the one I'm talking
like
about.
you said, yep, it's absolutely different. So they'll both be in my closet.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to go to the luxury pullover. Now, the price point on this is $120. The size that Rebecca has is a small, but the sizing is extra small to extra large. This is a true violet color. It is a cashmere-like yarn, the same as the fall 20 tuck turtleneck. Wasn't it like a winter white, Rebecca? If I remember right, it was one of our amazing pieces that sold out. This is a relaxed.
Amy, hang on 1 second. Amy, you're cutting.
Susan, nod. Am I frozen or is she frozen? Because she keeps freezing for me.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you're on mute, Susan.
Neither of you are frozen to me.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so so this is sort of a boxy fit on top, but then it tapers down to the bottom. Look at the detailing through the shoulder. It is absolutely unbelievable. Oh, and Susan, if you want to click on Rebecca's video, the top few lines, you can pin her to the top and she will stay big so you can see the details really, really well. The detailing goes across the back of the shoulders, and it is a deep V neckline with a raglan sleeve, which I think is so incredible. The content of this is cotton, acrylic, poly, and nylon with a little tiny bit of spandex. And it says you can turn it inside out and wash in a mesh bag. So very, very beautiful sweater. And it looks like it's a very cosmetic purple. So it almost looks like almost every undertone will be able to wear this really, really well.
Yes, I 100% agree with that Amy. And it has a similar wedge shape to our Serenity tee. So that's a little bit of the shape that it has. And it's chock full of fantastic details, and it has kind of a marled yarn to it. So there's lots of different, there's just a lot of depth to this sweater. So nice piece. I would say it's a lightish weight sweater. It is a tight knit, so it's just going to be gorgeous. And can you imagine how beautifully this is going to pop with the browns and olives and all of those gorgeous saturated fall colors that we love?
I know, it's incredible. Okay, now before we move to the jean, let's do the trifle top so you can show them next. Why don't you hold them up to each other? Okay, so she is showing the trifle top. She's frozen for me. I don't know. She's frozen for Susan too. Okay, now you can see them together. Look how beautiful that is. She's still a little frozen, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce the top while we get her to unfreeze, but what a cool picture of that. Okay, this is a plum floral. It is $80. It is a sheer poly chiffon top, easy fit.
Am I back?
You're back. Hits low at the hip, so it's not a tunic length. This is actually one of my favorite lengths because I can easily tuck it in if I need to. It's a button front with double ruffles around the neck. So that's interesting. I didn't know it was a button down, so I love that it actually opens all the way open. So if you have a cami, you can leave it open if you want. If it's still a little hot, maybe just wear that in the South as your cover over a cami. And then as it gets colder, you can layer a sweater over top of it. So the ruffles with the Godet detail are something we've come to know with Cabi. We had our birdwatcher top. We've had several tops with that little Godet under the armpit, and I love that detailing. And then there's shearing in the back yoke, which is always such a fun detail on the back of it. She is showing a size small. This actually only goes from extra small to extra large. So it is our standard sizing. It will not be oversized. This will be running very, very true to size. And it is chiffon, so there's not going to be any stretch or give. And she keeps freezing on us, but she's back. And so Rebecca, why don't you go ahead and cover some of your favorite detailing points about it?
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening with my internet, but this is just a fun feminine top. So we've got all these flirty little ruffle details. You can see the ruffle comes along the back neck of it, and like Amy was saying, it does button fully down the front. It has a V neckline, and then that beautiful little ruffle detailing all the way down the front, and the buttons. Sheer piece. It's got just some fun gathers at the back, which is going to create just a little bit more movement and absolutely be beautiful on the body.
So
such a fun piece. And this has got a bunch of,
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's got a lot of olive green in.
She keeps freezing, so I don't know if I'm speaking over her or not. Okay. That she's talking about the olive green, and I was going to say what I love about that is the button down cargo pocket. Now I've got cabi amnesia, but our button fly cargo from spring is going to transition with this top so beautifully. And I know Mary is going to love that because she loves her purples and loves the greens. But I also love that it has a periwinkle blue color woven in with the violet. So if you're not a purple girl, you could actually pull, Susan, you bought the blue cardigan, button down cardigan that would actually pull the blue periwinkles out of that. What was the scenic cardigan?
Scenic,
Yes,
scenic
I think
cardigan.
I think the scenic cardigan would go absolutely phenomenal over top of that. Even though it's not matchy matchy, it would absolutely look phenomenal. Oh, look how pretty. So I love our design team and how you just do not realize how in tune they are to undertones until you really start pulling these pieces together.
Yes, and I'm personally going to be popping this with yellow because it has yellow in the flower, and I'm 100% going to be taking, I think it was the sunny cardigan that we had last spring. It's going to be going with this.
Yes, and I'm a purple girl, so I will stay true to my purples. Okay, patch pocket. Now this is a really fun one. I want to say we had a jean similar to this. Probably, I want to say it was spring of 16. It might have been, don't think it was spring 15. I think it was a year after. I don't know, but it was very vintage. It was actually a real muted, soft, light denim, and it was a #1 seller. In fact, for years, women were searching for this jean. So this patch pocket is going to be very similar in the silhouette, also the fit. You can see the same pockets in the front. They're not the same, but they're very similar. They had a very 70s vibe, but I will tell you, I had so many women searching for this jean for seasons upon seasons. So we're so excited that Cabby brought this back in a fall jean because that was a very light colored denim. And this is going to be very flattering in the dark, beautiful denim. So it's called a trader wash. It says it's the same denim as the spring skinny, which is interesting because that means it's a heavier denim than what I thought it would be. So I'm really excited about that. The patch pockets are in the front. They're also the same as the ones in the back, but the back ones are larger, but they did carry the same shape to the back. It is a little bit looser fit through the hips and thighs, and then it relaxes all the way down. The relaxed flare begins at the knee. So it's going to be nice and tapered through the thighs and then just drape down. So it's going to be extremely flattering. Any curvy girl is going to love how this balances out their hips and thighs. The size range is 0 to 16. The inseam is 31.5 or 34.5. So tall girls like Rebecca and Mary, myself, that need a long inseam, you can do this. Now, in the jean that we had in the past, I actually had women buy this jean twice, a regular and a long, because they wanted one for a flip flop and one for like a wedge, taller boot silhouette. So if you love the jean, just know you have the option of getting 2 different inseams depending on how you're going to want to wear it. It is 93% cotton, 6 poly, and 1% spandex. So they will relax just a tiny bit, but they will hold their shape enough. And go ahead, Rebecca, why don't you let us know, have you worn them enough to know how much they're going to open up? Why don't you give us some of those details?
I don't have these in my size, so I have not worn them yet, but they have got fantastic stretch. You can kind of see that stretch, and I feel like they're going to have really good recovery. So they're not one that's going to bag out on you. They are just an absolutely gorgeous mid-wash, and I 100% agree, Amy. I think that many of my tall girls are going to want to buy these in 2 sizes or 2 lengths, and then anybody else, you can always get 2 regulars and hem some for your flats and have a pair for heels or pumps. So it's just a beautiful, slimming, elongating jean, mile long legs that we all adore. And I just think it's a fun silhouette. And like you were saying on the Farrah jeans, it was super popular. I feel like this is even a more body friendly wash because it's a little bit darker. It's just going to fit a lot of different body types well.
Yes, and I neglected on the price. So these are $130, but I promise they are going to be worth every penny. And as you were talking about the stretch, she's frozen again. So, oh, she's back. The skinny jean did not bag out. So for me, it really did have a great recovery, and this is the exact same denim. So I think they're going to just create the greatest shape around your little booty, and then slim down through the thigh, and then just drape down beautifully and create that long silhouette, even if you're fun size. So if you are on a petite, this is one of the best things that is, I think, a disadvantage with a skinny jean that is a huge advantage with a wider leg. If you are petite, meaning under 5'4", your knee to ankle is going to be different than somebody that is 5'4" or above. And so a skinny jean, it makes it a little harder to tailor those. You have to almost nip in at the knee and then go down. But on a flare jean like this, the cool thing is it doesn't matter if you get them tailored. You're not going to lose the silhouette. You will be able to tailor it so much better. And it is going to create just a beautiful, long, beautiful line.
Yeah, just make sure and ask your tailor to do an original hem so you preserve this fun feature of the hem. And yeah, I agree. The wash is fantastic. It's not going to be off if you need to have it hemmed. And so just a really terrific trouser pant.
Okay, well, I think we've covered all of them. So why don't we go ahead and open it up? I think we should leave the questions on the recording because these might be questions other people have, and it might be a good resource. So normally we stop the recording, but I think we should leave the questions open on the recording. As long as Susan, are you okay being on camera if you have a question to ask? You can nod before it goes to you. Okay, she's okay staying on camera. So let's open it up for questions, and we will see what Susan has to ask, and maybe it'll answer questions for others as well. I don't know where Rebecca went.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Sorry about my attire. I didn't know it was going to be on camera.
Oh, you look beautiful.
I love the camel coat. When I have seen the early releases of the video, it's just stunning. You did say it is 100% polyester.
Yes.
Okay.
On the outside, just the outside of it.
Right.
Can you hear me? Did you freeze? Okay. Yeah, so the lining on the inside is a mixed blend, so it'll be nice and it'll breathe. The lining will breathe a little bit, but it is going to be beautiful. Susan, you're freezing.
It would be rather light in
Yeah,
so I was just curious, in weight, still not, yes. How, how a wool coat of that length can be heavy in weight. I'm assuming this one would be much lighter in weight, and possibly a little less warm, but still for us in the South, it sounds like it would be a great weight of a coat.
Yes, I do think it'll still have some oomph to it because it's just built to be a coat. But yeah, a lot lighter as far as the feel and everything of a true wool jacket, but it's going to have that beautiful look of it, and it will absolutely be perfect for the winter for you guys, for sure.
Super.
Even in Utah, I know I'll wear it as a coat, but I may have a turtleneck underneath it versus you wearing, a summer shirt or a blouse or something.
Yeah. Okay. And on the luxury pullover, the beautiful purple, you said it is correct. So one would order your true size in that sweater.
Yeah, so it's going to have a little bit of that shape of the Serenity tee, but it's not oversized like the Serenity tee.
Okay.
So it has the raglan sleeve, but it is tapered down. The idea is for it to look a little bit blousy, but it's not going to drown you. So for example, the Serenity tee is usually sized extra, extra small. This one starts at an extra small. So that is telling me that the design intent of it is to have a little bit of a blousy look, but not ginormous.
Okay. And then the trifle top would be the same. That could easily be worn under the sweater. And it would also be just, you would order your normal size.
Yes,
of that.
that one is going to be very true to size.
Okay.
And it has a button down. So I think it's really cool. Sometimes for you in the South, if all you did is do a cami and then leave it unbuttoned all the way, you know, as it was still hot, you could have it almost be kind of like a jacket look,
Yeah.
but then button it and layer it in the winter. So it can really transition beautifully.
Okay.
Don't you love that the fall colors really transition into the spring? We call it spring into fall because it really does move from one season to the next.
It is phenomenal how you can go in your closet and find something from years past and it actually goes with something. It's really a great company.
Well, and now that you've been shopping Cabi for so many seasons, you can really see the value of why we say this is an investment line, because it really does carry forward and creates the most amazing collection. It's almost like you have a little boutique in your own closet. That's the way I feel about mine, because I get to go in and pick the pieces that I truly love. And because we tend to stay with color palettes and undertones that we all love specifically, you end up with this boutique closet all on your own that you've just kind of picked and chosen from this designer that would be a closet that anybody would love to jump into. So I think it really is a testament, but also says, look, shopping doesn't have to be that hard. You can learn to get a little picky on the pieces that you decide to buy. And so that is one thing that I truly love.
Absolutely. I'm very grateful to have found you and Cabby for sure.
Oh, well, I think I'm the one that's blessed. So I don't know what happened to Rebecca. Apparently she was having some major internet issues, but do you have any other questions? I have seen them.
I can't think of it.
Can't think of any?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've seen them not in person, but several times. So I'm really excited. And as it is with Cabby, they're always so much more beautiful in person. So as beautiful as they looked on screen, I cannot wait to get my hands on them myself. So Susan, I know you have an August show. You can pick your piece out and let me know, and we'll get that ordered at 50% off for you. Anyone else that might be watching, if you have booked your August show, this is the time to pick out which piece you want. Now, the piece again may be back ordered for just a little bit, but that is out of Cabby's control, and we will get that bonus piece to you as soon as possible, and we will get your show going. So get your friends excited. Fall is going to be incredible. These pieces are absolutely phenomenal. And as I said before, Cabby was very conscious and aware of the inflation that's happening in the country, and they did not want us to feel that. So they spread it throughout the entire collection so that the price adjustment of $1 per piece was all we had to feel on that, which I think is so phenomenal. If you have not subscribed to our StyleRx channel, do that. We will be back next Friday. I lost the topic, but we will be back. So we will post all about it. I don't remember what we're covering. Rebecca was going to end us out. So let's just end it here. Thank you so much for joining us. Susan, we love you. Thank you for coming on live. And you can always catch this replay if you want to go back and review the pieces again. So stay tuned and we will see you soon. Susan, I'm going to pause.
Okay.
Okay, we have one more question, so I wanted to pop back on. Susan brought up a really great point. She can get one item at 50% off for hosting an August show, but can she buy more than these, one item at 50% off? Absolutely. All 6 of these items are available now at full retail for anyone. So regardless if you have an August show or not, you can still order and you could order all 6 if you want. You will be paying full retail, and that's just fine. We would love that and welcome that as well. So Yes, you can order your 50% off item, but if you're dying to get your hands on one or more, anything after that would be full retail. And as cabby true as it is, the most expensive item that you choose will be your 50% off item. So if you haven't booked your show and you're dying for that coat, that is a higher price point item. It's a great reason to book a show. So now I'm going to end this session. We will see you next week.